Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 84 of the STS Guys. Tonight, I am filling in as your gracious host. It's Scott.
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's Nate.
And we are the STS Guys, the weekly podcast where we get together, shoot the shit, and talk about everything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What has been going on, guys?
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a week, and I have to say I fucking nailed the intro. By the way,
Yes, you did. Well done. Much better than last time.
Nice job.
That's my accomplishment for it's been a week.
Yeah. Yes.
Well done. Well, so I had an interesting story. Thanks to my friend Bears and Tanks, Chris. I got to watch Eurovision 2019. Have you guys ever heard of Eurovision?
I have no idea what Eurovision. You know, it sounds like something that like a TV would have in the 80s. Like it now has Eurovision.
So apparently this has been going on for like 60 years. And it's like a singing competition in Europe where 41 countries compete to have like, you know, the top voted song, basically. So they have like professional judges that vote, and they also have like participants that are watching at home, like you can text in or, you know, use the app or whatever. So I didn't even know about this before, but all these countries get together. Like, you know, you've got the Czech Republic, you've got Albania, Armenia is there, Azerbaijan, France.
God bless
I love how
you
you threw. I was gonna say I love how you threw Azerbaijan in there.
I don't even know what that is.
Denmark.
You couldn't have said Sweden. You're like Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Well, because it's one that sticks out of my mind because it actually had a pretty good performance, and the music was like pretty different in depending on the country. You know, like one that really sticks out is Iceland. It was like this S&M performance. It was crazy. They were wearing like leather bondage, and it was like heavy metal. The guy's like screaming into the mic. But then you have like these other countries doing this like really like pop songs and stuff. It was interesting. It was eye-opening.
Was Bjork there for Iceland?
I don't think Bjork was there, but Madonna was there. She did like a halftime show performance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is gonna sound like kind of dumb or like my ignorance as an American here, and this kind of sounds like the Show Me What You Got episode of Rick and Morty. You know, where the different planets had to show the judges what they had, and it was the song. Like,
yeah,
I'm guessing.
The same idea.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably this Eurovision thing is where they got that idea from. But
yeah, but most Americans don't even know.
Yeah, like at all.
Yeah, I think it's worth pointing out if you don't remember. Our friend Chris Bears and Takes is British.
That's true.
He's from London. Yeah.
Oh God, he loves that. He loves to be told he's from London.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is from the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
So yeah, he opened my eyes to this competition. It's the closest thing I can equate it to is like American Idol,
but
for the U.S.
But countries,
countries, and it's one participant per country. Their country vote, you know, basically votes to have them represent their country, and then they go and compete. And then there's like a professional panel of judges, and people vote, and then whoever has the most points wins the match. So this year, the Netherlands won. So that's cool. So that's my week. It was interesting and eye-opening, and now I feel more cultured.
Yeah, Nate is a man of the world.
I do love the world.
Yeah,
I got something.
What's that?
Night Bodega on Twitter has been going back and watching or listening to all of the STS Guys podcast, starting with episode 1.
Oh no.
Dang.
Well, I know.
But here's the thing. I'll give him credit because he's continued to listen past episode 1.
That's what I was going to say. He's stuck with it, and he's made it to episode 8 or 9, whichever one was our super mega Halloween special. So he was.
The first Halloween special, that was amazing.
That's prime choice right there.
It was. He said,
Thanksgiving, baby.
Yeah, Thanksgiving Jeopardy that Jeremy put together with special guest Roxanne. It was it made me remember that episode, like, because I hadn't thought about it in a while. So it was pretty cool. So I went back and listened to about the first 30 minutes of it. It was really good.
Yeah, that's actually really fun. Like we have to do more games, I think.
Yeah.
Like more
Yes.
like trivia games. Because that and then the Die Hard and like Home Alone and like the Christmas trivia that we did. Like we got to do another trivia episode. Actually, that's going to come up on the docket.
It was good. We had some other ideas too, right? I wanted to do. We talked about it a long time ago. I wanted to do that like theme song thing where you play like 5 seconds of a TV show theme song and like everybody else has to try to guess what it was. I still want to do that too.
I would love to do that, but I guarantee that we play it and it would like instantly get flagged for copyright.
Yeah, I know. It can't be a podcast episode. It'd have to be like a side live stream.
Or you do like, intros of shows, but that's not any better. You're still going to get flagged.
Oh yeah, you're instantaneously we get flagged.
But
that's down.
Yep. Maybe this fall, that's something we can work on. Is coming up with another trivia, or even like I guess Halloween again. So we didn't do a Super Mega Halloween Special Part 2 last year.
No, because we were guests on another show for Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. We were on Couch Crunchers.
Yeah, Couch Crunchers. So yeah, okay. So I got to think of a really, really bad Halloween movie. We have plenty of time to get used to it. So I will find the worst Halloween movie I possibly can, and then we will do another trivia night based on the crappy movie that I pick.
Yep, I like it. So
I'm so down for that.
If anybody's listening and has any ideas of a crappy Halloween movie that Scott needs to watch, let us know. Maybe we'll pick it.
Send it over, because I'm thinking the first like original Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston, which is not as bad as I'd like though. I need worse. So send me your suggestions. Nothing is too bad.
Jason X. Is that the one in space?
Yeah. Jason in space.
By far the worst Jason movie ever.
Yeah, we're getting close on that one.
Cool. You know what's not the worst Jason movie? Detective Pikachu.
Oh.
Interesting segue.
That's a forced segue if I've ever seen one before.
That was
horror to children's movie.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're going to horror to child's movie. All right. So I guess the new movie out on the scenes right now is Detective Pikachu.
I saw it.
I have not seen it.
I went the same day as Larry, actually.
Yep. We went the first Saturday, so last week, right? It's been out for a week. Oh, fair warning. There'll probably be some mild spoilers if you haven't seen Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. It's not Endgame, so I am not worried. And we've given it the week.
Yeah, it's been a whole
that
week,
we have said. So we got the week here. So we're going to talk about
spoiler warning,
the movie and everything. So
Scott and I went on the first day, the first Saturday.
That morning, the Saturday morning that it came out.
Because at the local theater, they had a special Pokemon event where you got your ticket. You got a pack of Pokemon cards, you got a Pokemon lanyard, and you got a Pikachu cookie.
Yeah. Can I talk about the cookie?
Yeah, let's talk about the cookie.
So this has nothing to do with the movie, and I know people that potentially care get back. Why is this guy? The cookie looked amazing. It was a Pikachu face with ears and everything. Kind of tasted like cardboard.
Yeah, it was
like a little bit. Like, did you like make this with soap instead of sugar? Like, what did you do to this?
Yeah,
I was I had a distinct taste of Irish Spring soap.
It's more about the experience, Scott. Not so much just the cookie.
I almost might want to. I still think I have one because I got 3. Right, took my wife and my daughter. Got 3 cookies. We each tried one of one, and we're like, no, I'm out. And then I was like, I'm going to give it a fair shake, and I'll have another one. I cannot bring myself to eat that 3rd. Yeah. So I actually probably have one. I should go get it. At some point, I might go get it.
There's very little things in the world that are more disappointing than a bad cookie. But yeah, it was a bad cookie. Like Scott said, it looked cool. Like it was perfect for taking a picture for Instagram, but it was not good for eating.
That's hard to do. How do you make a bad cookie?
I don't know, man.
It's because it was like a sugar cookie with that was dyed like bright ass yellow. So basically, I'm pretty sure that soap flavor was literally just food coloring that I was tasting.
Yeah. Probably.
Like you're like, oh, how do you make a cookie yellow, not just kind of yellow, bright ass yellow.
Bright Pikachu yellow.
Yeah,
Well,
like
nasty cookie aside, it sounds like the theater was, making it kind of hyped for the movie, which is cool.
It was super cool, and they had like little stands set up like for
if
you got crappy cards in the pack that they gave you could go trade them with like theater employees who didn't give a shit, but like they were there on Saturday because they were forced to.
So
like, do you know about Pokemon? The guy's like, I can name like 5 of them, and they're like, here, you go stand behind this table, and when kids want to trade, you just trade them cards.
Yeah, the table that we went to had like there were multiple tables. The first 2 we went to were like 2 16-year-old girls. Clearly had no interest in Pokemon. They were standing there looking as bored as they possibly could be. But yeah, it was fun. They had that, and then as you walk into the you walk past the ticket booth thing and into the theater, you got to do a photo op with Pikachu himself.
Yeah, they actually got a person in a full-on Pikachu costume.
Yeah,
they really went all out for this. That's kind of cool.
And to be fair, the tickets were what, $10 a person, so it wasn't much more than like an $8 or $7 matinee price anyway.
Yeah,
like to get all the other stuff. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
No, but it was packed. They added extra showings for this special event and stuff too. So Pokemon's back, baby.
Yeah,
I think that's the takeaway from that. Pokemon is back.
Got the Pokemon fever again. So, let's go into the movie.
Should we rank it?
Let's rank it to start with.
I'm curious to see what you guys rank this.
So, and I'll kind of go into my thing. I'm going to give it a score. I will have to give a caveat to it though, that this is not necessarily on like the same epic scale that I would have to put like a Marvel movie and things, right? Like to me, a 4 out of 5 Marvel movie and like a 4 out of 5 non-Marvel movie are vastly different from each other. So I have to get this. But in terms of overall movies, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
It's pretty
right.
strong.
Like in terms of a kind of an entertaining movie, whatever, I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, I liked it. I was going to go a little softer on my ranking though. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Like it was fine. Like I actually thought it would be better than it was based on the trailers and stuff, but it was enjoyable. Like Scott said, it's not a Marvel movie, which, I think one of the things it had going against it in my head, at least, is for the last like 2 or 3 weeks, all I've been thinking about is Endgame.
Yeah.
Like Marvel. And then you go in and you watch Detective Pikachu. It's not on that level. So probably not fair. Again, like I said, I had a little higher expectations. It's probably like, it's my Marvel hangover that kind of probably soured me on Detective Pikachu a little bit.
So here's a question though, Larry. Yeah. How does it compare to Pokemon, the first movie?
I don't know if I've ever seen the first movie. The cartoon?
The one that makes absolutely no sense because they mistranslated the living shit out of it.
No, I didn't know that. So in that case, it has to be way better, right? 100 times better.
Yeah, that's kind of my standard for Pokemon movies. Like that was a pile of garbage.
All right,
and any Pokemon movie that's better than that, I'm like, good.
All right, so I think we need to set this up too, right? Okay. Full disclosure, like I'm not a big Pokemon guy. Like I played Pokemon Go at San Diego Comic-Con 2015 for like 5 days. So I know a couple of Pokemon from that. I probably caught an episode or 2 of the cartoon over the years. But I'm really not a Pokemon guy. I've never played a Pokemon game. So, it's just kind of an outsider. I'm not like hardcore Pokemon or anything. How about you, Scott?
Yeah, so I had a Game Boy back in the day, and so when I think what was it, Red and Blue were the first ones that came out.
I think so, yeah. Like late 90s, right?
Late 90s. So I played the original game and then really never played a Pokemon game after that, and it didn't like remember any of the names of anything when you're going through and playing. Like I watched a couple episodes of the TV show and they're like, oh, this Pokemon. I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, I don't like, what does that thing do? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I wasn't into it. Yeah.
So we're not hardcore. We're not experts at Pokemon. So if you are, don't judge us.
Yeah. Don't judge us. But I will say this. I have started to get into it because my daughter is now at the age where Pokemon is the end all be all. Like, Pokemon is the shit to my daughter. Yeah. And so I have been taking it upon myself to try to learn Pokemon. to be able to help her when the Sword and Shield comes out, because I know she'll be buying that or making me buy it so that she can play it.
That would be cool. Yeah, like I said, Pokemon's back in my house too. It goes in waves. Like for as long as I can remember, we've occasionally picked up Pokemon cards and stuff, even though I'm going to say we didn't really know how to play until recently. So yeah, honestly, for like the last 2 weeks, I've been playing the Pokemon trading card game on the computer. Like there's an app you can play on like the iPad, or you can just play on the computer. So I've been playing digitally lately. So I now officially know how to play the Pokemon trading card game.
Ooh. Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that sets us up for the quality of Pokemon discussion we're about to have.
Well, and my experience is about the same as Scott's. You know, I played the original Game Boy game, but I wouldn't say I got super into it because, you know, I don't know.
You were a child?
Oh yeah, I was a lot younger, and so I played like a little bit. But then I didn't play it again for a really long time until probably the one on 3DS. Played that a little bit. Didn't get super into it, so I'm kind of like you guys. I don't know all the Pokemon. I know kind of the basics.
We all know Pikachu. Let's just put that
right.
Pikachu, Blastoise, you know,
Jigglypuff,
yeah, Squirtle,
Charizard. If you're in Super Smash Bros, I know who you are.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know the roster.
I know Jigglypuff, Snorlax.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you guys a question since you've both seen the movie.
Yeah,
so before, as we talked about, Pokemon movies were only animated. This is the first like computer-generated graphics of Pokemon. And from what I saw in the previews, it looked pretty darn good. So I have to imagine a lot of the movie was probably a lot of CGI. How did it look good? Could you tell it was, you know, really a lot of computer? I mean,
so that's the one thing that I think you're gonna have to deal with in the Pokemon movie is, since they're fake animals and they really don't, it's not like you could take a dog and like spray paint it yellow and be like, it's a Pikachu. Like there is a certain level to it where you're like, you can clearly see that like this thing is fake just because of the way that it looks, you know. But honestly, I didn't care in that sense. Like, you know, that it's like this fantasy world with weird animals that are like somewhat sentient. You're right. Like, you go into this like world knowing that it's going to be a little, they're going to stand out and it's going to be strange. Some of them more than others. Like I'll say the little Cubone at the very beginning actually looked really, really good. But there's a couple times when I think when it's like dark and the night scenes, those Pokemon being brightly colored do stand out a lot more.
Yeah, I noted. Like overall, I feel like they did a really good job digitizing all the Pokemon. Like Pikachu looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Like Charizard looked really good. Like the ones that are kind of off by themselves did really good. But I did notice, like at the very beginning or close to the beginning of the movie, when you're kind of going into the city and they're doing these wide shots of like streets with different Pokemon walking down it and like in groups and stuff. I noticed that like some of like the shading and stuff on those groups of Pokemon, like, looked a little bit off. You know how like in a Star Wars movie, you might have like rows of like stormtroopers or whatever, and it looks pretty good. There was like rows of Pokemon. It didn't look quite that good. But that was the one time that I noticed it once the movie got rolling.
Yeah, right at the bat.
Yeah, it was good.
Seems like they definitely threw a lot of this, money at this movie for the production. So I was wondering, it's curious. I'm glad you guys are kind of explaining how it was.
And I'll add another aspect to it that was pretty interesting, or that they did a really good job is using like stand-ins for those CGI characters. Because you ever know, like in old movies when they're supposed to have like a CGI character and the person's like, and you can tell that they just were like, you have an animal in your hand, and the person's like, okay, like, I have this animal. Like they actually had something where like it looked like he is actually hefting something with weight. When he's on his shoulder, he like tilted a little bit, so you could be like, okay, like all the characters interact really well with things that aren't there, and it does add a lot to that movie. Like they did a really good job with that, and I have to give kudos to it. Yeah,
clearly, like Pikachu's the main character, right? There's the kid too, which I can't even remember his name. Oops.
Justice Smith.
Yeah,
right? Isn't that the main is the
main actor?
Which surprisingly, one of his last movies that he was in. He was a side character. He actually sings the Pokemon like animated
Like the theme
series
song?
theme song in another movie that he was in, and then gets to be like the first main character for live action Pokemon movie. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Ah, no way. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's really cool. So maybe he was a little bit of a fan then. So that's cool.
Yeah, and as Tyler Calvert said, he's also in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that movie is garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that was pretty bad.
he did what he was supposed to in that and be an annoying ass. But then again, that was everybody in that movie because it was fucking awful.
It was
So
horrible. It was Lost World all over again.
no, dude, it was 3 all over again. It was if Lost World and 3 had a child, and then that child got hit by a bus. The goo that was left on the front of the bus was Fallen Kingdom.
I know we're going on a tangent, but as soon as you bring dinosaurs into a city or into a house, it's done.
Yeah, that was bad.
Dumb.
Okay, back to Pokemon.
Back to Pokemon. So,
what do you think about the story, Scott?
I you know what? So the way that I kind of say it is this: it's there's a lot of people giving it flack for it for the story, and it's I saw those twists coming. Like, I'm like, dude, this movie's for children. It's like it is a child's movie. So, like yeah, it's a detective. Like, there's a mystery, but like it's a mystery that like aimed at 8-year-olds. Like, it can't be that goddamn complex. Like, we're not talking about a film noir here. Like, there's twists and turns the best they could do given their target audience.
It's not like a Tom Clancy novel.
Yeah, we're not calling in like big guns here and like government spies and no, there's the twists and turns were pretty predictable. Like, you kind of figured which way it goes. There was 1 or 2 things that like I didn't count on that happened. So there was some surprises still. But yeah, I mean, like otherwise, like the story was pretty good. The kid is kind of a little douche nozzle, right? Like, doesn't want to see his dad and finds out his dad dies and has to figure out what happened to him. Yeah. And along the way, he meets the good old Detective Pikachu.
How does he know he's a detective?
He's got the deer stalker hat.
Yeah.
So I have to ask: is Pikachu the only one that can talk to him?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will say this:
can't talk to any other Pokemon.
So he can't talk to any of the other Pokemon, and anybody else that talks to Pikachu just hears him go Pika Pika back.
Yeah.
That makes a point of that.
Yeah.
In the movie, that he's like, dude, no one else can hear me. Like, you're the only one. I've been trying to talk to people forever, and you're the only one that's responded back. Like,
all right.
And they do explain later why it is that he is able to. Why those two can communicate to each other. There is a story-based reason for it. We'll leave it at that because I don't want to go through too much. We don't need to spoil too much, but so he can hear Pikachu. Pikachu can talk back with him, and they're basically just trying to figure out what happened to his dad. To do the little thing, Pikachu was apparently like in the city, Rhyme City. Every human has a Pokemon partner. Basically, they don't use Pokeballs, so everyone usually has at least one like that is their like go-to. It's like Ash with his Pikachu, right?
Yeah, it's their little buddy.
That's their little buddy. So this Pikachu was his dad's little buddy.
Yeah,
happens to be his dad's little buddy. That's how they kind of both end up at the same place at the same time, and kind of realize that they need each other to solve the adventure.
Well, that's kind of a weird distinction too, because isn't normally, I know on the cartoon, normally everybody has at least one Pokemon that's out with them. You know, the main characters do.
Yeah.
So why is it only in the movie that it's this one city that has like these partner Pokemon? Do you guys know?
I don't.
I'm guessing there's lore out there somewhere. Like Scott said, it's this Rhyme City or whatever.
So specifically Rhyme City, like I don't know if it said it outlaws or they just are like, hey, you don't use Pokeballs here.
Yeah, I think it's outlawed. Like
Yeah.
the rest of the world can, does Pokeballs and stuff. You can capture Pokemon, but
Pretty sure if you're just a dick, you could always keep your Pokemon in a Pokeball, right? Like you just be an asshole, like don't let him breathe. Like it's kind of like keeping your dog inside and never taking him for a walk, like right? Like it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Tyler Calvert has a good question. Which Pokemon would you want as a partner? What do you think, Scott?
I'm going with the one that I can actually talk to. I'm going Mewtwo. That man can that Pokemon can do anything.
It's a powerful one.
I did. I'm digging deep into that Smash Bros roster.
That's where my head went too.
Other than that,
like who could I? Well, all right. So I'm gonna. It's kind of a cop out answer, but I'm gonna say my favorite character from Super Smash Bros. I would go Pikachu Libre, not just regular Pikachu, not Detective Pikachu. I want the Pikachu wearing the wrestling mask. That's
a good one. I think I would have to pick Charizard. Yeah, Charizard because I want my own dragon.
You want
and maybe I can ride him.
It's pretty cool. Charizard's got a pretty cool scene in the movie.
He does.
He's got to fight Pikachu at some point.
I like and I do have to say, like, one of the things that threw me is the fact that there's like texture now to the Pokemons now that you get to see them in like the 3D thing. Like, in the animated or even in the games, they're always just kind of like a cell shaded or something like that. To see like Pikachu with fur or like the little Bulbasaurs look like amphibian-ish in their skin, and to see that like scaly like lizard kind of look on Charizard was actually really cool. They did a really good job with the Charizard.
Yeah, I saw that in the preview and it looked really good.
Yeah. So
that's cool. So I want to ask the other big draw for this movie, Ryan Reynolds. Did you guys hear Deadpool the whole time he was talking? Or is it his character, do you feel like, was it different enough or was it kind of samey?
It was a little bit of Deadpool. You know what I kind of felt more of is kind of like a Van Wilder-y type of character, more just like that kind of quick talker.
Okay.
Kind of the way like there's like some
he has he has a unique voice, right? Like you definitely know it's Ryan Reynolds, but it didn't distract me from it. Like
not at all.
Like right as a good actor, like when I'm watching the movie, I'm not thinking about Deadpool or Van Wilder or that Just Friends movie with Sandra Bullock. I got right.
Just Friends is the one where he does like the lip syncs to like NSYNC in the fat suit.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm not thinking about that. I'm immersed in this movie. The director did a good job. I'm just thinking Pikachu.
Yeah, and it sets it up very well that you kind of ping into the fact that is, that's just the way Pikachu's voice is. I still would have rather have Danny DeVito. I think his voice as a
that would have been interesting
as a detective. Like I want kind of more of a gruff, because in the video games that this is based off of, the voice is much more gruff and is way more like the detective from every show you've ever seen. Like a very more gruff, like, come on kid, we're gonna go over here, like very more gruff voice. So I think like Danny DeVito should have done the voice for it.
All right, I have a comment and then I have a question.
Okay.
The comment is they really should have Danny DeVito go in and just record those lines and release that as like a different version of the movie.
I would 100% pay for it.
Right? That would be awesome. Easy. Why not do stuff like that? Maybe it'll piss Ryan Reynolds off, but I think that'd be fun.
Honestly, I don't think so.
He'd probably be
honestly
okay with it, right?
I think he would be okay with it, to be like, wait, who's gonna redo this?
Yeah.
You're gonna make an alternate cut with Danny DeVito as the voice? Sure. I've made my money.
That sounds pretty amazing, actually.
Please do that. And then second, like at some point they're in the dad's apartment, and it's when the kid first walks in after his dad dies, right? He's going to his dad's apartment, opens the door, checks out the place. The TV's on. That movie that's on the TV, the old detective movie, is that the old detective movie from Home Alone?
It is indeed Angels with Dirty Faces.
Yeah,
it is.
Wow.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it is the Home Alone movie, which means that movie in its entirety also exists in the Pokemon world.
And that movie was made for Home Alone.
Home Alone, yeah, specifically.
Even exist,
right?
So that's pretty cool, Easter egg.
Yeah, it's just before the scene where the guy's like, the filthy animal scene. It's the lead up that you hear in the background where Macaulay Culkin's talking before that part.
It was pretty cool. I like that kind of Easter egg.
Yeah,
it was good.
I was going to bring that up, that was in there, because that was one of the best little, like, I'm pretty sure that was the Home Alone movie.
Yeah, for something that's totally unrelated, it's like, whoa, that was weirdly specific reference right there.
Yep.
And it's not that it comes up again. The guy's like, oh, that's Dad always watching his, like, crime movies or whatever, and, like, shuts the TV off and never mentions that again, that, like, he was watching, like, it's like they couldn't get rights to any other, like, noir film, so they're just like, just get the one from Home Alone and put it on. Like, we own the rights to that anyway. Just do it.
It could be. I like it. I feel like the director must have been a Home Alone fan, and it's just like, let's sneak this in. It was perfect. I appreciate that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
So this one did well. No, go ahead, Nate.
I was going to say, so does this give you guys hope for video game movies? Because in the past we've had some questionable films. Does this one give you hope for some future movies? I know Sonic didn't really do a whole lot for me, so maybe not.
I was gonna say this one sets up video game movies to actually, like, it's the first good video game movie, but then we have Sonic to come bring everything back down and destroy the world.
So the character model on Sonic looked awful, but
Sonic was whack.
But the trailer itself wasn't that bad, and the studio said that they're going to redo it.
I don't trust them to actually, like, just because they redo it. It's also a Sonic movie. So it's probably going to be bad.
I will say,
like, not to jump away from Pokemon, but it's going to be bad.
Jim Carrey as Robotnik kind of has me intrigued a little bit. I gotta say,
but I want more like Robotnik style bad guy, not like I'm a bully Jim Carrey. Like, I don't know. Like, I'll have to see it. I will pass judgment once it comes out.
Oh yeah,
I do very much feel that it's going to be a steaming pile of dog turds.
Even if it's a steaming pile of dog turds, I want to see that steaming pile of dog turds. So they got me intrigued.
Yeah, they got me enough that I will go see it just to make, at the very least, to make fun of it. So here's a good way to kind of answer your question, Nate. I'm going to go see Sonic, probably so I can sit and Mystery Science Theater the shit out of it and make fun of it the entire time. I went to go see Pokemon.
Yeah,
because I wanted to go see this movie. Let's just put it that way.
It's the same reason I went and saw Venom in the theaters a couple weeks after it had been out, because like I wanted to see how bad it was for myself.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a crazy idea, right? There's this Detective Pikachu movie. There's this Sonic movie. What if there's an after credit scene at the end of Sonic where Pikachu walks out and like starts talking about like the Super Smash Bros. Universe?
Oh man.
Or Sonic is in Smash too.
Yeah. So, but what?
Or like Pikachu.
First off, he is not a founding member, sir. Like he comes from Brawl.
Whoa, Scott, you need to settle down, okay?
Go ahead. And it wouldn't be Pikachu; it would be Mario who showed up.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. But what if it's Mario and then he's like, "I already got this Pikachu.
It's a me.
Need you."
Yeah.
Like there's Bowser and I don't know. The premise of that movie is probably would be awful. Like any movie made after a fighting game, a la Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Tyler
Kirby shows up.
Yeah, Kirby. Jigglypuff's already in this movie. Charizard's already in this movie.
Jigglypuff.
What if like Charizard and Wario and Bowser have all teamed up and they're doing something bad and they're infiltrating this fighting tournament? And Mario and Pikachu and Sonic all need to go stop him somehow.
I'm actually surprised. I'm legit surprised Nintendo has not tried to do anything like movie related to the Smash Bros. Because you're bringing so many cool properties together.
Because you can't have Mario. Bob Hoskins died. I'm going back to the old Super Mario Brothers movie. You can get John Leguizamo to come back and pull Luigi again. Yeah. So as long as they pull like a Lego movie and pan out to see that it's just a kid playing with his action figures, I would actually be fine with that movie. Like the last scene is just the kid, like somebody be like, "Timmy, come up for dinner." He's like, "Okay, mom," and drops the characters and like runs off. It would save the movie for me, and I'd be all in.
It could just be him playing a game. like the video game, and it's all in his head, right? Like I don't know. I played video games before, and I've kind of made up a story in my head that it's going along. Like you said, it's kind of like playing with toys, but it's digital toys.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's kind of the way I think that one of the creators of Smash Brothers kind of did that, like confirmation of fan theory that it's just like a kid playing with, like, it's a kid playing fighting with toys, right? Like action figures.
I mean, Tyler asked a good question. He says, "Who plays Master Hand in the movie?"
So right? Yeah, it's just be like a kid. Yeah, that's the Master Hand is the kid. Yeah.
So it's got to be a kid actor, right? I choose one of those kids from Stranger Things. They're in everything else.
11. Millie Bobby Brown. Sure. Come on.
He wears white gloves the whole time.
Yeah, she's got nice hands.
Does she?
Is that creepy? She's like 11.
Yeah.
I take that.
Puns.
Her hands seem nice.
Unintentional puns.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tyler did talk about Mortal Kombat, and not that I'm wanting a Mortal Kombat movie, but I do love some Mortal Kombat.
No,
there's always a chance it could be good.
If it's trying to continue off of the really bad ones there, like if it's a reboot, they have a chance to do something good.
Because the games always have a pretty epic story.
Yeah, and James Wan doing it is going to be good. Like, it has a potential to be good. But
well, they have cool characters.
Yeah.
It's just it's the same problem. Like, what was the first one? The Street Fighter movie. Like, it's so hard to.
I'm going to kick that son of a beach bison's ass so hard.
It's so bad.
It's hard to make a movie out of a fighting game. So I mean, you can't. You got to stray away from that kind of storyline where it's like a fighting competition. So if they can come up with a way where, like, I don't know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero are doing this thing and like some type of team up movie, then it would be cool.
Don't hire Scorpion and Sub-Zero, detectives in New York City. Yeah, like so here's the good question I have. So I think we've talked Pokemon, Detective Pikachu into the ground. Honestly, go see it if you like Pikachu. If you like Pikachu, if you like Pokemon at all, it's a movie to go see, and I think it definitely has its merits as a Pokemon movie, right? But does this now set up a PCU, the Pokemon Cinematic Universe? And that's the question. Like, are we going to see more live action Pokemon movies? Do we finally get an Ash Ketchum? Which the question I have for you, Larry, during that scene where it has the battle thing where the guy throws out the Pokeball, he's wearing the hat and everything. Was that meant to be Ash?
I didn't catch that. If it was,
so I don't know if it was or not.
Probably
but like,
not.
There's a guy, Asian guy, wearing like the vest and the hat that like throws out the Pokeball at one point during like a gym competition. I was like, I wonder if that was supposed to be Ash. But still,
that would be actually a cool concept for a new movie. You know, because like you're always playing as the trainer in the game, and you're going through the different gyms. It'd be cool to kind of see a movie about like maybe why he's doing that, like a kid that's always wanted to be a master trainer. Yeah, be like partners with Pikachu or another Pokemon or something.
He gets his starter for whatever the region is, right?
Yeah, and then he goes through a couple gyms, gets better. You know.
So the one thing I do enjoy about this one is they mention one of the other. Like I've had to learn about the different regions, right? Because again, I'm learning Pokemon. They mention a couple of them by name in the movie, and then there's posters of like the Sinnoh region and all that's like. They actually mention like all the different areas where the games take place in either written or form. So it does make it a hint that all these regions from the games are there in those in that world that he's in.
There has to be something else. Like the Ash thing seems easy. Like, but can you have Ash without Pikachu?
Yeah, but I mean, they kind of did a Pikachu movie, and that's one of the other central characters. You know,
so I think you save like an Ash movie for next, but maybe you do follow another, trainer. But then again, isn't Pikachu kind of the biggest face of Pokemon right now? So do you just cash in on the Pikachu hype train? And
would it still be the same Pikachu though? Or is that confusing to kids? I know, but is that confusing to kids?
I don't think kids really are going to be confused. They just want to see Pikachu. I'm pretty sure they think every Pikachu in the show is the same Pikachu anyway.
Yeah, maybe it could be early days of the Pikachu you guys saw in the movie.
Oh, that would be
Or
interesting.
Go with young
young Pikachu.
Pikachu and
young
the
Han
dad
Solo.
and the dad. So, I mean, and they did kind of hint like at the beginning of this movie. I mentioned that the fact that there's like a little Cubone, like surprisingly, was that's Dopender, right? Is his friend like from the Deadpool movies, like the cab driver? Is
Yeah.
is trying to get him to like catch a Pokemon, and there's a little Cubone, and he does the whole like throws the ball, it hits the Pokemon, it sucks it in, and then it does the game thing where it sits and like shakes a couple of times, and then like pops open and lets the Cubone out, right? Like it doesn't stick. So I'm like, well, you showed like that they catch Pokemon with the Pokeball, like it's that whole process is there.
Would it
So
be?
I would love a trainer movie.
Would it be like Ash versus Team Rocket? Is Team Rocket still a thing?
They are still, at least in the shows, like Team Rocket still is there, and there's some other groups that are in there, but yeah, like, do you do Ash or I mean, I guess you could.
Misty, is that the girl?
So I just got a great
Brock. You could do a Brock origin story.
So what about like a Karate Kid style movie? But Ash is the Karate Kid, and the bad
there's a bad trainer
is the Team Rocket dojo.
Like Cobra Kai.
Kai,
and he's like learning with his master trainer the whole time to try to be a better Pokemon trainer.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, no, that would work. So I got another movie that I'm going to pitch because just bringing up kind of weird movies. What if we have a Jigglypuff oriented Gem in the Holograms? Like,
they'd be falling asleep all the time.
Jigglypuff is trying to become a star, but keeps knocking people asleep when she sings and gets really pissed off because she can't go into stardom because people keep falling asleep.
She's got a beautiful voice, but she makes you go to sleep.
I did love the scene.
Like
okay, so here's actually I want to go back to the Detective Pikachu because there is a scene that I actually wanted to question Larry on and see what it is. So Mr. Mime, whatever is mimed around him becomes real, right? Like so he puts up he acts like there's a wall and there's a wall.
Yep.
And like the guy like Tim, right, figures out to go into it. And then like legit like picks it up and pours like fake gasoline on him.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point lights a match.
Yeah.
And then a fake match, right? Like lights a fake match. And then Mr. Mime gets real concerned. And then he drops the match and then they cut to black. Did he kill that Mr. Mime? Like
I think he did.
Like did that thing just like does he catch on fire?
You can't see him anymore. That scene was a little dark for a kid's movie.
He legit,
I know it's all fake.
He mimes pouring gas.
Yeah.
On a
Scott's like, did I just witness a murder?
Match? Yeah.
A trapped guy in a box. He's gonna light him on fire. It
sounds like dark. Death to me.
Rest in peace, Mr. Mime.
Yeah, so I have to just another thought I had. I was like, I'm pretty sure he killed that Mr. Mime.
You know what I want to see? I want to see a Godzilla style Charizard movie where something happens and Charizard gets like, I don't know, mega or like he gets mutated and he goes rogue.
He gets super mega.
Yeah, super. Did you say super mega Charizard prize pack giveaway?
Don't
start doing that.
We don't have enough Pokemon shit to give away.
Right, he just goes crazy, and somehow he's gonna terrorize.
And then we have to get
Poke world.
A big Venusaur to come in and stop him.
Yeah, sure.
So
I guess he could be the good guy too, but somehow, right? There's these bad rogue monsters, and you get like a Godzilla versus Mothra kind of Pokemon.
I love that idea. Speaking of Mr. Mime, I have to go back to him.
Uh-oh.
How did Mr. Mime become Mr. Mime? So like a Joker origin style movie, but with Mr. Mime, and he's just getting fucked with other Pokemons or like fucking with him the whole time. He just gets pissed off. He's like, screw it.
Yeah,
I'm going to go.
I'm not talking anymore.
Yeah.
Right. He used to talk all the time, and now he just shuts up.
Right. And now he's just attacking people with his mime abilities.
Yeah. A Batman versus Joker. Is there a Bat Pokemon? Like, can we have a Batman versus Joker? Mr. Mime is the
there's
Bat
that. Guy? Oh, there is. I don't know his name, but it's like that little fuzzy ball thing with wings.
Zubat, right?
Zubat.
So we got Zubat Man versus the Joker, which is Mr. Mime.
Put a cow on Zubat.
Yeah.
So it's just half his face.
Ah.
Yeah. I am Zubat.
Tyler says he needs a Mewtwo movie. Like, I don't know what a Mewtwo movie would be, but like that would be cool. Like a superhero type of movie, because I mean Mewtwo basically shown to be like do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, he's like the Superman of the Pokeverse.
I was just gonna say that.
Like, superhero movie with Mewtwo. Like,
he can do everything.
Are in trouble. There's the evil corporation is cutting down the forest, and he has to go stop the evil corporation, Avatar style, but with superpowers.
Yeah, well, Mewtwo is in the savior. Was like what, the savior of the original movie?
So he was the evil one guy that turns good at the end. Okay, it's like he's like, I hate humans, so I'm going to make Pokemon be able to kill humans. And then at the end of that movie was like, nah, because you guys like your Pokemon partners, and Ash and Pikachu are pretty tight. Like, I'm going to save all humans for no goddamn reason. Like I told you, it doesn't. The first movie doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, if you actually replay it like as an adult, you're like, this is bad.
I like it,
but yeah, it's kind of the same thing. So yeah, he could be like, I gotta protect all. He's like the protector of the Pokemon, right? Doesn't like humans.
Yeah,
wants to protect.
Maybe there's some bad humans who are making certain Pokemon types get endangered, and yeah, he goes all Captain Planet.
Yeah, there's too much wailing
to save the world.
There's too much wailing for Pokemon blubber, and he has to come and stop it. Like, I don't know. I don't know what what power sources are. They have a ball that can like suck like animals up. I don't know what their society runs off of in this show.
You could have like a sparkly Zubat, you know, kind of like Twilight, right?
Yeah.
So like Twilight.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of, see where you're going.
And by
speaking
the way,
of Twilight,
in the game that they're called shinies.
Yeah.
Okay,
they do have a shiny Zubat, because I see where you're going.
Yep. Speaking of bad segues,
so we're good at forced segues.
Robert Pattinson
of Twilight fame,
and also fellow Bat in spirit, was cast as the Batman in the new Matt Reeves movie. What do you guys think of that?
Hooray. I am very disappointed. Like, so, and I'll expand. Let's go ahead and expand on this, because everyone's saying like, well, everyone gave Heath Ledger shit before he became the Joker, right?
That's exactly my argument.
But your argument's there. But here's my question: is Heath Ledger had good movies that he was a good actor in before? What good movie has Robert Pattinson done?
So
I will leave it in your court.
The movies I can think of for Heath Ledger, let's just go back to that, is A Knight's Tale.
Okay, was
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
which was actually good. Don't even lie that he wasn't actually good.
But
in that movie.
it was a teeny bop.
I don't know.
I'm not much like Twilight was, right?
I'm not saying that he was bad, but he actually was good in the movies in which he was in. I'm not saying the movies were good. I'm saying he was good.
True.
I cannot say the same of Mr. Edward Cullen in the Twilight. Like, no one acted well in those movies. I have not seen a good Robert Pattinson movie ever. So, like, I give him shit because I don't think he's a good actor, and I don't think he can carry a Batman movie.
I think he's got a stain on his career, and it's the Twilight movies. And everybody's just like, man,
he's a stain in Hollywood's underwear.
I liked him as Cedric Diggory in the Harry Potter movies. He was pretty good as that, even though he kind of got killed off early. And I know he's done some other smaller stuff, but I really haven't seen a lot of his work.
He was in that movie where it's like a romantic comedy where he ends up being in the North Tower at 9/11 and dies. Like, that's what I remember him from outside of the Twilight movies. That's it. Like,
yeah, I'm looking here. I don't think I've seen any of the movies that he's in, including
other than Twilight. Yeah,
no, I haven't seen Twilight.
Good for you. Good for
Thank
you.
So I'm going to be devil's advocate here. What I do like about Robert Pattinson is his age. He's a good age to be a young Batman that they can kind of grow into, like, sort of like your Robert Downey Jr. Iron Stark. He could, carry the role for 10 years if he's good at it.
So, but he's actually older than what's his name was in Batman Begins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's older now.
Well,
he's
33.
He's 33. So Christian Bale, how old was he when
he was like 31? He's like actually older than Christian Bale.
The Christian Bale
I'm
stuff
just
lasted
saying
for a while.
I mean, they got 3 movies out of him, at least a trilogy.
But
that would be cool.
Where you're going. He's younger than Ben Affleck.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Tyler
I'm
Calvert
cautiously...
says he was good in Good Time and High Life, both A24 movies. So A24 is a good studio. But again, I is that just because they actually employ good people to direct and produce? Because that's my thing. I don't think he's that great.
I think you got to give him a chance.
I will give him a chance, and I will laugh the entire time when it fails.
Like it's so Warner Brothers. It's so DC, right? Like we're gonna announce the new Batman. It's the guy from Twilight. Like, of course it is. Yeah. Like,
so and let me play devil's advocate here, because I'm going back to Nate's best movie or favorite movie, Batman 1984, right? Like
1989.
84, 89.
Michael Keaton, baby.
Michael Keaton.
Mr. Mom.
Baby. Mr. Mom. Yeah. No one really expected Mr. Mom to be able to play Batman, but to that point, there outside of the Adam West Batman, there really wasn't a Batman movie, right? Like this was the first of its kind, and they implicitly picked somebody that would not look menacing as Bruce Wayne to play the character of Batman, which is why Michael Keaton was picked, right? Like, you didn't expect him to be like the superhero, and that he knocked it out the fucking park. That's because it's Michael Keaton, and that dude is amazing. Like, Multiplicity, come on, great movie.
Yes.
So I just don't see that same reaction happening. Yes, him as Bruce Wayne, because he's sparkly Edward the vampire, like, I will completely disregard him as a Bruce Wayne. I just don't think he has, like, I was telling you, Nate, like before, like, you put the mask on, I don't think he has like the strong enough face to really carry, like, that's not a Batman. He doesn't got a Batman chin, right?
I'm looking at him right here. He's got pretty eyes.
That's true. He does not have
mascara the shit out of his eyes.
Well, Batman's known for like that square jaw. One thing that Ben Affleck was really good with in the role, he had a big, face.
He's got the good jaw. He fills out the mask, right? He looks in the mask. He looks menacing, and I don't think. And even like Keaton, when he had the mask on, he still had that good, distinct jawline, and like all the Batman really had that to make it. Wow, my dogs just went crazy here. They're really mad about Batman.
Wait, that's not your dogs. That's Taylor Lautner.
Oh, Robin. We're gonna have the first Robin with Taylor Lautner.
Well, no, hold on. They're kind of enemies, right? Yeah. Like, what if Taylor Lautner's like Man-Bat?
He's Deathstroke.
Ooh.
The mask comes off and it's Taylor Lautner as Deathstroke.
So
it's like I would hit you back for everything.
They actually have hinted at what the villains are going to be in the movie, and it's Catwoman and Penguin again.
Okay, so Batman returns.
Yeah, and potentially the Riddler might show up. I guess that's the rumor right now. I don't know how true that is.
If I want a request here, I know it's never going to think, but can we have Josh Gad as the Riddler?
I don't know who that is.
Is he the one from the Gotham show?
No, I want Olaf.
Olaf, yeah.
Frozen.
You love Olaf.
I do. I want him to play the Riddler. I think he would actually. I mean, he's chubby, which is even better. Like, I would love to have like a chubby Riddler.
No,
because as a chubby guy, I want a chubby bad guy.
That's the Penguin. You get the Penguin.
I don't need a person who's chubby and also 4 feet tall to represent fat guys.
Can we please let Kristen Stewart be Catwoman?
Ooh.
It's perfect, right?
That would be great.
Again, then we need Taylor Lautner as Robin.
As Penguin.
No, he's got to be the bad guy. He's got to be Penguin.
Danny DeVito was, to be fair, out of that second movie, Danny DeVito was an amazing fucking Penguin, and I would love to to have Danny. Like again, I said Danny DeVito. Like I want every movie. I want every movie to be revoiced by Danny DeVito with all characters.
Well, he was like a dirty bastard, and he played that role really well.
Yeah.
Actually,
Because I'm pretty sure Danny DeVito in real life is just a dirty bastard.
he was a sexual fiend.
Like I'm pretty sure he is actually Frank from It's Always Sunny. Like I'm pretty sure that's just Danny DeVito.
Why did Danny DeVito in Batman Returns have to wear those weird white pajamas all the time?
The onesie? Because penguins wear onesies.
Yeah. There was that part where he falls over dead in the onesie always sticks with me too, which is really disturbed me the way.
Well, because he like planked and then his feet go up and he like rocks back and forth. Like I want to know
what's ass crack in the.
I really want to know, is that actually Danny DeVito like rocking back and forth? Because like he's a master planker if that's the case.
Stunt double.
Yeah, stunt. Yeah. And first off, how do you find a stunt double for Danny DeVito?
Seriously.
You just get somebody to like wear a fat like
you get a kid, right?
You have to get a fat kid. You literally have to go get a fat kid.
You go down to the heavyweights camp with a big fat check, and you pick out a kid and say, "Hey, we need you for an hour."
Yeah. Hey, fat kid, you're 4 feet tall. Come here for a second.
Go waddle around.
Yeah. Can you waddle around going? Like there you go.
I'm excited. You know what else I'm excited for? Next weekend, starting Thursday in Phoenix, Arizona, is the convention formerly known as Phoenix Comic-Con. Phoenix Fan Fusion's coming to town, guys.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh, yes.
So I can say, like, honestly speaking with things, I have not been super excited for Fan Fusion for a long time, just since we don't get a lot of really good guests. But this year is the first time in a while that I've had more than one guest that I wanted to go see. So I'm actually super excited for that.
Yeah. And for me, this is kind of just the start of con season, like it's the first indicator of we're getting closer to all these cons coming up. We got Phoenix Fan Fest, then we got STCC coming, Funko Fun Days, maybe. And
maybe some, as if Larry and I actually get the go ahead, maybe Albuquerque.
Yeah, New Mexico Comic Expo.
New Mexico.
Nice. Maybe Designer Con again. It's got me excited for the con season. And I can't wait to see it.
It's the start, right? After next weekend, we're really close to June. And then, like the San Diego Comic-Con news will start rolling in. So that's fun. But
yeah, we'll actually start to know who's going to be there. And
get
some guests and some programming
exclusives.
stuff.
Well, now we can really sit back and just enjoy it and just get ready for it because we got our hotels booked, we got our tickets, everything's all set. We're going, no questions asked. So I'm excited. Yep. But Phoenix Fan Fest, let's go back to that.
Yeah. So next Thursday, right? It starts. It runs Thursday through Sunday. So if you're anywhere near Phoenix, go check it out. Tickets are still available. We're going to be there. We're going to be posting up content on our Instagram. You can follow us at STS Guys. We're going to be posting stuff on Twitter. You can follow us at STS Guys. And I promise to post at least one picture on Facebook. So you can follow us at the STS Guys there. And then stay tuned for videos on our YouTube channel. We'll be doing the podcast live next Saturday night, recapping the first couple of days of Phoenix Fan Fusion. So you definitely don't want to miss that either.
Yeah. I got a couple of, I get to go talk to a couple of people on Saturday. So we'll have a, kind of a roundup of the folks I got to talk to and kind of our thoughts. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about for Phoenix.
Yeah, no spoilers, but I'm really excited for what Scott's going to do.
Yeah, if you see us around, we'll be rocking those nice black STS Guys polos that Scott's wearing right there.
Yes,
I've got a new batch of STS Guys stickers.
Nice.
So if you see us, come say hi. We'll give you some stickers. We'll give you some high fives. And I might even have a few STS Guys pogs still in my backpack.
I still have some pins and some pogs. So we got all the STS Guys swag for you guys. If you see us, please come say hello.
I got some pogs for everybody. So I will be bringing them and I will be handing them out.
Oh, I didn't tell you guys. I was at the Target the other day. Yesterday. I was at the Target yesterday. And I'm just walking around and I hear somebody say, hey, it's Larry from the STS Guys. It was none other than Super Mega Fed Heather from the chat.
You
Nice.
got recognized IRL? That's amazing.
Amazing.
That's one of those things that like makes you do a double take. Like, what?
Like, oh my god, people actually listen
Somebody
to us?
actually knows and watches the show.
So if you see us, say hi. We're nice.
Yes.
We'll take a
We'll give-
picture.
I'll
big-
always give a high five to anybody who actually knows my name.
Well, and big
Absolutely.
thanks to Heather and Tyler. You guys have been super active in the chat. I think I saw
Yes.
Harvey earlier. I saw our good lad,
Denny.
Denny,
Nerdsmithing was in there earlier.
Nerdsmithing.
Nerdsmithing borrowed some Funko Pop prototypes from a friend. Go check out his YouTube channel because he's got an awesome video with like 6 or 7 Funko protos, all from like Marvel. There's like a Stan Lee, Hulkbuster. Like if you like Pops at all, go search up Nerdsmithing on YouTube. He's got a
There's,
really awesome video.
Study Boy NZ says that he's not going to sneak up on us as he's living in New Zealand. So
Yeah.
thank you from watching from so far away into tomorrow, technically, I guess, for us.
What? In the
Yes.
future?
Thank you,
from the
sir.
future. So thank you for watching from the future, Study Boy. And so
So next week we're talking Phoenix Fan Fusion, right? And then we've got a couple more special guests lined up for later on. I guess June, right? Next week we'll wrap up May. We've got a couple special guests lined up for June. So stick with the STS guys. We record our podcast live on YouTube every Saturday night. So come hang out in the chat. We got some big plans. Like Nate said, we're only a couple weeks away from San Diego. So got a couple special guests, and then we're going to be talking a whole lot of San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. So cool. So let's go ahead and we're going to call it. We're going to end it here. So wait, Larry, do your shill.
I did.
am sorry.
Well, he
did.
did do the
Did
show.
you? Oh, you
I did it.
Yeah.
You did. I'm
You're good.
dumb. I'm bad. See,
Go
I am
follow us
bad.
on all the stuff.
I am bad at this.
No, you're not. You're
You're
fantastic.
You're doing good.
What about if I wanted to buy some swag here, Larry?
Oh, good point. So if you go to Nerdsmithing's channel and you're watching that awesome Funko Pop proto video, and then you want to go buy some regular pops for yourself, some main lines, you go to shumistore.com. Shumi's got that mint box guarantee. You can get all the pops you want. They've got those new Simpsons pops coming out. They've got Michael Jordan's about to hit the shelves. They also have the best pop protectors in town. You can get all that stuff, and you're going to go to shumistore.com. You're going to enter code STS Guys at checkout, and you're going to save 10%.
I cannot end it without a shill from Larry.
That's what we needed. Thank you,
That's what
Scott.
we needed.
Nate
knew
and I
we were
both
doing
forgot.
something. Yes.
Master
So,
Shill Larry over
Oh,
here.
Shill-
And you can download our favorite app, Podcoin. Podcoin is the new app that pays you to listen to podcasts.
I have
That's right.
4 coins.
Whoa. You download the Podcoin app. It's on Apple. It's on Google. It's for everybody. And then, you earn these Podcoins to when you're listening to your favorite podcast, right? The STS guys are on there. Talking Pops is on there. The Funko Funcast is on there, as well as DC figures and collectibles. All your favorite podcasts are available on Podcoin. When you sign up, if you enter code STS guys, you're going to get some bonus coins too. Podcoin. Eat fresh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know what they haven't told us what they're.
They need a
what's their
slogan.
catchphrase. Yeah. What's their slogan?
Uh,
So, all right, we're gonna call it at that. So,
Podfresh.
Podfresh. For episode 84 of the STS guys, I am Scott,
Hey, it's Larry.
Hey guys, it's Nate.
and you guys have a good night. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.